You're not disorganized, you're overwhelmed. And every time life gets messy, you do what you've been told to do. You buy more bins, you add another shelf, you try harder to make the chaos cute. You want control, so you shop for containers. But deep down, you know this isn't working. Because if bins were the answer, your house would feel peaceful by now. So let's stop pretending that the solution is prettier storage. We both know that it's not. The real problem isn't a lack of space. It's that you're storing decisions you don't want to make. That's what's weighing you down. And that's what we're going to fix. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or rather the 27 labeled bins hiding it. Home organization isn't just a trend anymore. It's a full-blown industry, and it's not a small one. It's a multi-billion-dollar machine. Yes, billion with a B. And it thrives on your clutter and your shame about it. You've got the clear acrylic bins for your fridge, collapsible baskets for your closets, stackable shoe boxes, drawer organizers, spice racks, lazy Susans, tension rods, cable ties. There is literally a product on the market for every problem you didn't even know you had. And behind every product is a promise. Buy this and your life will feel lighter. Buy this and your home will be in order. Buy this and you'll finally feel like the version of yourself who has it all together. Here's a spoiler alert. They're not selling solutions. They're selling containment, a prettier way to delay the real work. And they're smart about it. Have you ever noticed how everything in those aisles in the stores is soft beige or woven seagrass now? It's not storage, it's aesthetic clutter. Clutter that matches your throw pillows, and it gives you the illusion that you're in control. It's a clever way to monetize indecision, and business is booming. If the bins aren't cutting it, maybe you've thought about renting a storage unit. Maybe you already have one. You're not alone. Storage facilities are everywhere these days. It seems like a new one opens up every month near me. And every time I drive by a fresh row of those roll-up doors, I think, what are we all storing in there? Is it holiday decorations and out-of-season clothes? Or are we all secretly running a small-scale Etsy shop out of a 10 by 10 unit? Or worse, maybe it's a full-on Breaking Bad situation. I picture stacks of cash and barrels of who knows what behind those padlocks. Yes, maybe my imagination needs a bit of a break, but come on, there's only so much room in your life for mystery boxes and old end tables. The truth is, we're outsourcing our decisions. We are paying rent to not decide what to do with our stuff. Self-storage used to be a short-term solution. Now it's part of people's lifestyle, an extension of their home, a monument to our collective indecision. I've done it too. I've bought the bins, I've labeled them, I've stacked them in closets like some kind of suburban Tetris genie, and it felt good for about 5 minutes. There's something intoxicating about new storage, isn't there? It smells like hope. It's like September and back to school supplies and a fresh start. But you know what I was actually doing? Storing guilt. Old hobbies I hadn't touched in years. I was organizing the past instead of making space for the present. So if you've ever filled a beautiful bin with things you secretly knew should have gone to the donation center, trust me, I see you. I am you. Organized clutter is still clutter. It still takes up space. It still requires emotional energy. And eventually, it still spills out. Because organizing before editing is like mopping the floor while the bathtub overflows. You're not fixing the problem, you're just managing the mess. So let me ask you, what are you holding on to just in case? What's in your basement right now that you haven't touched in years? Are you buying more bins because it feels productive or because it delays the guilt of letting go? When you start asking yourself these questions, you stop thinking in square footage and you start thinking in freedom. Here's the part the organizing shows leave out. The best systems are built after you've decluttered. Function comes first. Containment comes later. Instead of asking, how can I store this better? Start with, why do I even have this? Maybe it served you once, or maybe it never did. Either way, it's okay to let go. You don't need better storage. You need better boundaries with your stuff. Now, let me tie this back to what I see every single week in real estate. When buyers walk into a home, they're not just looking at paint colors. They're looking at space, closet space, drawer space, kitchen storage. They open everything, yes, everything, and they're not subtle about it. You might think you've hidden the clutter behind a cupboard door, but if the cupboard's full to bursting, they're going to notice. And they'll assume that if your stuff doesn't fit, neither will theirs. It changes how your home feels, and it changes what they're willing to pay. And here's the deeper truth. It's not just about them. It's about you, because you can feel it too, can't you? When your space is bursting at the seams, it's hard to feel calm. It's hard to think clearly. It's hard to move forward. So what's the better way? Well, it's not sexy and it's not instant. It's not Instagrammable either, but it works. It starts with honesty. You take a look at what you're keeping. You ask what it's costing you, not necessarily in dollars, but in space, time, energy, and peace. You let go of what no longer serves you. You make room for what does. And then, and only then, do you buy the bin, the right bin, for the right stuff with a purpose. That's not organizing, that's designing your life. Buying storage feels like control, but letting go, that's what's going to change your life. So the next time you're tempted to buy another stack of bins, take a pause and ask yourself, what am I really trying to fix here? Because if your stuff could talk, some of it might be begging you to set it free. And if letting go feels harder than it should, go watch The Real Reason Decluttering Feels So Hard. Because until you figure that out, no bin is big enough. I'll see you over there.